Question number 8. Where does GTM engineering sit in B2B org? Okay. Ideally, it can sit anywhere. Okay. Uh, it can sit in marketing team. It can sit in sales team. It can sit in ops team. It can sit in data team separately. And then, there can be GTM engineering team, which can sit on top of all of it. That is how I see things moving going forward. If you are going to implement GTM engineering, then pick up a department, start small, say start from marketing or start from sales, and then keep expanding onto other departments as well. If you want to, because doing a complete GTM engineering revamp for the entire organization is a huge project, and you can do that. But I don't think so that will be the right approach for many of the companies. For most of the companies, I sincerely feel the best approach is to start somewhere and slowly expand into other areas as well, right? I sincerely feel there will be a revamp in terms of how the teams are going to operate. There will be GTM engineering team working with every team, marketing, sales, ops, and data. And I think there will be separate functions that will now operate within the organization. For example, there are functions of marketing like CMO, VP marketing, and director of marketing, and like so on. Now there will be the GTM engineering lead and director of GTM engineering, and like so on. So I think there is a major shift that is happening in the way we are looking at things, and GTM engineering is going to be one of the core function within every department, right? Where the companies will look to implement the AI and automation in every single department in the right way, right? So I think most of these projects are going to be long-term projects, and it's going to change the way the companies are going to operate, right? So where does GTM engineering sit in the B2B org? Everywhere, right? But it's best to start somewhere. It's best to start from a function like marketing and sales. And the first layer that we need to look into is the data layer, right? If the data layer is messed up, that is what you need to fix first, okay? Most of the companies are making a mistake of not looking into the data, and they are just trying to build, something on top of it. No, you got to streamline your data. If your data is hiding on your spreadsheets and Excels, if they are offline data in terms of files, the data is scattered across different systems, different departments. It is very important to streamline it. So I think the data engineering and data pipeline is the first project every large organization should look into before they move into, implementing GTM engineering as the whole into departments. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So when you are talking about where does GTM engineering sit in the B2B org, this is how it's going to sit. It's going to be sitting in between the CEO and the CRO, the chief revenue officer, and the C-suite team. And okay, for me, what I really work on is GTM engineering for marketing and sales. But I think there will be GTM engineering for revenues, there's GTM engineering for ops, there will be GTM engineering for many different functions. But we build an Insight Type, we build GTM engineering systems for marketing and sales. So that is where we fit in. But the possibilities are humongous. What is the role of AI in GTM engineering? I mean, the AI is the entire reason behind the term GTM engineering here in many ways. AI has now opened up possibilities which was not there like 5 years back. So 5 years back, when we were doing outreach, we were doing manual segmentation. We were, creating the email content personalization manually for each segment. There were a lot of work that was being done. We were scraping manually, we were updating manually, we were enriching manually, we were outreaching manually. There was a lot of work, right? And there used to be large teams just sitting and, in terms of AI, in terms of SDR and BDM, and the pre-sales team, they used to just work on this function. A lot of stuff now can be automated thanks to AI. AI can take decision making. You don't have to. You can train AI, and AI can learn with each cycle and train itself. And over the time, it performs better than most of the human teams that's going to do. But having said that, I still feel that there is a human oversee that is required. Okay, because you cannot just, switch it on and then just leave it. I don't think so that's possible, at least for now. So I think there's still a window of complete human intervention at this stage. Okay, having said that, it's much more efficient in terms of scoring and all. We used to do manual scoring, right? If somebody comes from certain background, if they are a CEO at 10 point, if they are end user at 5 point, if they are coming from this country at 10 points, if they are coming from that country at 2 points. We used to do all of that manually, in HubSpot and Salesforce and other places. We don't have to do that. We can just, tell AI to learn and take the decisions, right? AI will take very quick decisions. And so the scoring is now automated. The ads are now automated. Okay. The workflow automation is also now automated. Personalization can also be automated. So AI is playing a role in all the layers of GTM engineering. So it's everywhere. Okay, so AI is helping with signals, messaging, revenue, and everything in between. How does GTM engineering makes marketing measurable? Okay, that's good in terms of data and analytics. I think AI GTM engineering and automation can play a very important role. For example, if an ad is creating a lead, and lead is creating an opportunity is creating revenue. Okay, so AI can, the GTM engineering as a whole can create a feedback loop around that. It can do that. Imagine the amount of work, 5 years back, the whole system used to go through, there used to be an ad team, there used to be a marketing team taking care of lead, there used to be sales team taking care of opportunity, there used to be revenue team, and this whole systems was siloed, and it was a lot of work continuously to create reports and to see what's really working and what not. But now with GTM engineering, thanks, we can create these reports very quickly, right? We can build these systems very quickly. We can build this workflow. We need to do the integration, create the data pipeline, all of that. There's a lot of work that needs to be done yet. But the point is, it's much faster than 5 years back. If 5 years back, with the system that we had, it used to take years to create this kind of system. Now you can create it in weeks and months. Okay. So add, lead, opportunity, customer, closed loop measurement. Okay, it makes things much more measurable now than what was 5 years back. Okay, what does GTM engineering do daily? Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Nobody seems to have a clear answer for that, right? Are they only supposed to send outreach email with personalization? Are they supposed to just create AI agents? Are they supposed to just create workflows? I think they're supposed to do a lot of it. Before you start hiring GTM engineers, it's very important to hire GTM strategists, right? It's just like, you hire a CTO and then you hire developers, right? A lot of companies, they are not understanding this difference, right? That you need, when you're building a product, you need, the CTO, the data architecture guy, right? The database guy, right? The project manager guys, correct? You need the backend developers, you need the front end developers, and like so on. So there are different teams, and you need to have a complete structure, right? A lot of companies down, they are mistaking clay experts as GTM engineers. No, clay experts are not GTM engineers. I mean, they are in many ways. They are engineers, but they may not be a strategist, right? They not have an understanding of an architecture, right? They may not understand your functions, like in terms of revenue ops or marketing ops. May not have. They may be expert in it, right? It's just like, hiring a JavaScript developer, right? So that person may be an expert in JavaScript, but you cannot expect JavaScript developer to completely create a world-class app for you, right? You need a team, you need a leadership and you need strategist to take care of a lot of stuff, right? Apart from just programming. And that is what GTM engineering is also all about. It's an evolving function. But GTM engineer, when we say, I'm just purely talking from the engineering point of view, it automates the GTM workflows, integrates the CRM and ads. As you can see, when you say integrate ads and CRM, maybe you need developers to do that, right? builds dynamic audiences. Now, this is where you might need a performance ads guy, manage AI agents, right? This is where you need some more developers, optimize pipelines. Maybe you need a revenue ops team. So I sincerely believe that it is not one person's job. GTM engineers are people who are going to work with different teams. And on top of GTM engineers, I sincerely feel that every company needs GTM strategists, okay? And that strategy team should have the CMOs, the marketing ops, the sales ops, the revenue ops team, leaders as well, right? So it's not a one-person game. And just because you hire a clay expert, I'm afraid that that's not going to solve the problem that most of you are going to solve, looking to solve. All right, this is what is supposed to do, what GTM engineering is supposed to do. Integrate, automate, activate, optimize. Easier said than done. Every different layer here has different teams, and all the team needs to work together. If you're hiring a clay expert and then expecting that person to do all of it, then my friend, you might be mistaken on this. How can companies implement GTM engineering? Okay, all right. The first thing is start with a blueprint, right? Start with an architecture, start with a strategy. What do you want to achieve? For example, if you want to work on a marketing function, then map your funnel, right? What's really going on, right? Add signals, right? Where are the signals? What signal you need to catch, right? For example, for me, for a certain company, if somebody comes onto the website and checks out the pricing page, it's a very important signal. So add that signal. If somebody has become a deal, then that's a very important signal. Then add that signal. So, if somebody is coming from a certain geography, then that's a very important signal. Add that signal. So you need to add the signal, then you need to connect the system, right? Integration is very important. Try to see what you can automate, right? This is where you can build the AI agents and the workflows and other stuff, and then see how you can scale, right? So one loop is closed, and you can see how you can quickly create more loops like this and scale as fast as possible, okay? I think, we had a good time. This is what a company needs to do. Map in terms of signal, sync, automate, and scale. And when I start the map, I'll first go to the data, as I said, right? Data is where I will go first, and then I will go to the signal, then integration, then automation, then scale. This is the principle by which we follow when we implement GTM engineering principles for our customers. Obviously, there are different thought processes going on in the market. Please write down in the comment section if you agree or disagree on that, right? I think we are also learning, this is a very new function, and we as a team also are learning every single day. So this is the GTM engineering equation: signal, system, and speed, right? If the speed is not increasing, if the systems are not integrated, if you're not getting the signals right at the right time in real time, then possibly you're not in the right path, right? So signal, look at the system, and look at the speed, and then see whether it's affecting your revenue.